Hi, this is Robin from Verity Witchy, and I'm here to bring you a tutorial on how to make some divination or scrying incense, featuring some herbs that I got in this October's box from the Witch's Boon. And I'm doing this because, you know, sometimes you just don't know how to use what's in these boxes that you get. And it's good to, you know, have someone kind of show you. So I have my own personal herbs here, and then I have some from this month's box, the little packets, some of the Yerba Santa, and something from one of the other Witch's Roots box that I got a couple months back, maybe 2 months back. And I'm gonna use all these ingredients to make a loose herbal incense to use it on a charcoal in one of these little, you can use whatever you have. I've used a ceramic container that I got at a thrift store, and I would put my coal on top of some, you know, sand from the dollar store on top of that, but I thought it was too big. I like this because it's a little bit smaller, a little bit witchier, and it hides the fact that it's dirty, but more so in real life than on camera. I think that looks disgusting. I need to wash it. But that aside, it's perfectly fine for use right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna use these herbs. I have my notes here because I get nervous, I get forgetful, and I don't want to sound like a blubbering idiot. So let's go ahead and I want to get comfortable. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do this. So you want to have your mortar and pestle, or you could just use, you know, just a regular bowl if you're not going to be crushing anything up. If you want to crush like the rosemary by hand, or you want to mix it up just with a basic spoon in a bowl, you can do that as well. You don't have to crush anything, but crushing it and burning it immediately, you have to burn it immediately when you crush it because it releases the oils that are in the herbs and it smells fresher. Because when you have the herbs out hitting oxygen, it gets not stale, it gets rancid. So the oils spoil when you don't use it right away. So that's why if you've made incense in the past and you wondered, oh, I just used this like a couple weeks ago, like why doesn't it smell the same? That's why you need to crush it up yourself and, you know, crush up what you need and then put it on your coal for that day. So it's always best to, you know, if you're making these for somebody else, don't crush it at all, just mix it together and then advise them to crush in a mortar and pestle to release the oils so it smells fresher when you're burning the loose incense. Or you could just not crush it at all. It's perfectly fine. It works both ways. Just keep in mind, if you do crush it, use it right away. So let's go ahead and get started with the 3 herbs that are in this month's Witch's Moon box. We have Artemis herb, which is wormwood. Not wormwood, the other one. Mugwort. There we go, mugwort. Because I do have some wormwood right here. So we have mugwort, Damiana, and sweetwood, which is also called cinnamon. And then I have this Yerba Santa. And what I like to do is take these pieces that fall off. This came in the box, if I didn't mention. And I like to put a couple of the pieces because, you know, these things, they're kind of loose anyways sometimes. And I like this one better than the one I got from a metaphysical shop because that one looked like it was like sealed with some kind of substance, and this one's just like, I can actually smell it. It smells really beautiful. But you're gonna want to put a couple leaves in there. And then if this is for personal use, you could use your fingers. I like to use this little spoon that I got off of Wish. And just put just a little bit, just a tiny little tip of a teaspoon. I'm putting in the mugwort. It's for divination. And then I'm gonna also put in a little bit of wormwood, because when they're mixed together, they're supposed to be good for calling in the spirits, for calling in the guidance. I'm not gonna put too much of the wormwood, because if you smelled the wormwood before, it smells a little bit like marijuana. And I don't wanna like have my house smell like that right now. So we're only gonna put a little bit in. So the wormwood and the Artemis slash mugwort is for divination work and calling in the spirits. And the Yerba Santa is also for divination. It's helpful to burn before, during, and after, and it heightens psychic awareness and aids in your protection. So if you're gonna put the Yerba Santa in there, you really don't need the rosemary, unless you really like the scent, if it resonates with you, if it really helps you. You know, scent is very personal. You don't have to add it, because the rosemary is also for protection. You know, just do what calls you, because you don't even have to do the lavender as well. And what was it? Oh, did I add? Oh, I didn't add this. And then the sweet wood, also called cinnamon, stimulating and raising your vibration. So from what I've learned from Adela Levine is that you need to raise your vibration, or you need to help raise your vibration so spirit can communicate with you. And you can do that in multiple ways. She recommends music and dance, and you know, using incense that is usually associated with calling in spirits or raising your spirit. So anything that, if you don't resonate with some of these smells, then it's not going to help raise your vibration, you know. So if you don't like the smell of wormwood, don't put wormwood, because even though it's supposed to help, if you don't like the way it smells, how is that helping you? It's just a distraction. And I really like spearmint, like a lot of spearmint, because it aids in clarity of mind, and it really kind of helps me personally release you know, anything I'm holding on to. So for me personally, spearmint is for clarity. And I really like lavender, so I'm gonna add a nice spoonful of the lavender. That's enough. And just a teeny bit of the rosemary. I don't have to. Oh shoot, girl. But you would all add that in there. I like to kind of mix it up before. That way everything meshes together. Which looks something like that when you first mix it. And you can use it straight away like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and light my coal. I forgot to do that ahead of time. That's fine. Gonna go ahead and light it. I can't find my lighter, so I'm gonna try and light it with this. Come on. Oh gosh. Ah, jerks. I don't think this is gonna work. Ah, mother nugget. I'm gonna use my spoon. Yeah, not working. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to figure that out, because I can't burn it for you guys if I don't. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna do this. I found my tongs. Alright, get this wood out of there. And I'm just gonna grab my tongs and light it on. Well, too late. I found my lighter. But there we go. You got that going. We're burning it. We got it. So now what we want to do, just because I like to, you know, help release those oils that the herbs contain, I like to crush them up a little bit and give it a whiff. Like, this is when I give it a good whiff, because you can smell it. You can smell everything together. Yeah, I like that. There's a nice lavender scent to it. And then you're supposed to let it sit, the coals sit for like 5 minutes, but there you go. We got our incense burning. And that's really all there is to it. And you can buy these coals at most any metaphysical shop. I know they have them on Amazon as well. Like, these are the Swift Light brands. Like, you could go to any hookah shop as well. I know hookah shops carry these charcoal tabs. I know, like, don't buy the little square ones. They're not really good for the incense. These ones have little dips in them. I'll show you. It smells good. They have little dips in them, so it kind of helps hold your incense in that little middle spot. And you know, the herbs burn perfectly fine on their own. I have man hands, so this ain't gonna burn me. But you can see that they're getting burnt. And like, after a while, the smoke will kind of dissipate because everything's burnt, and it'll start smelling like it'll start smelling funky, because it just smells like burning things, like wood, like burnt wood. So you want to refresh the top of your incense coals as you see fit. That's why the tongs are kind of important. Always use the tongs. Never handle the coals with your hands. I don't know who out there needs to hear that, but don't handle them with your hands. Handle them with these little tongs. You can find the tongs at the hookah shops as well. Metaphysical shops will probably have them too. I haven't seen them at a couple of them. I don't know why. Like, that just seems like basic fire safety. But yeah, there we go. And then you would light this incense after you cleanse the space with your smudge stick, whatever you are using. You could use liquid smudge if you're not into burning sage, but you still want to use sage. You could use you know, a combination of dragon's blood and the sage in order to, you know, bring power to your workings. And then burn this, because you always want to burn incense afterwards in order to bring in what you're desiring. That's why there's like love drawing incense, money incense. etc. Like you want to be, it smells good. You want to be drawing, you want to be using the things to draw in what you desire. That's why, there we go. Yes. I really like this one. But yeah, use it up. It's really easy to use it up. The amount that you make, like in a small little mortar and pestle. I got this at Home Goods for like $7. Like, you don't have to spend a lot on your craft. You know, spend what you need. Like, build your repertoire over time. Like, through subscription boxes, so you learn about these things. And you know, I will always have rosemary on hand. I will always have lavender on hand. I'm not so sure about wormwood. Like, I like wormwood, but who has that in their kitchen? But everyone's gonna have rosemary. Everyone's, you know, a lot of people are gonna have lavender. A lot of people are gonna have like a mint tea. You could open a mint tea bag, literally, and like mix it into your mortar and pestle. You don't have to go out and buy like loose leaf mint, or if you don't have any dried, or you don't want to burn, or you don't have any fresh, or you don't want to buy fresh because like of reasons, because money is tight. If you have a mint tea bag in there, throw it in here, mix it in with your other herbs. You know, you really don't have to spend too much. I'm gonna burn this all. But yeah, there we go. And remember to let the cauldron, or whatever you're using, whatever vessel you're using, to cool down before actually cleaning out your ashes and the coals, because it does get very hot and you do not want to be handling that without any sort of like oven mitt protection, or like if it doesn't have a handle, you need an oven mitt or that protection. The handle for me works fine. So there we have it. That is all there is to this for the, you know, divination. And you know, you could use this for scrying for this, for the box I got. You could use this incense for the scrying. You can use it for any type of divination work that you do, you know, runes, tarot, bibliomancy, whatever strikes your fancy, you can use this for that. It's just to help aid you see, you know, add clarity, and, you know, help your psychic awareness. So I hope this was informative and that you can use this in your magical endeavors. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.